We go. All right, again, welcome to the first parent meeting, Parent University of the 21-22 school year. I am Michelle Gilliard. I'm your Family School Partnership Coordinator for Leadership and Service. My peers are also here. We have Ms. Veronica Lopani. She is your FSPC for middle grades and elementary grades. We have Ms. Sonia Welch, who is also here with us tonight. She is your FSPC for middle grades. We also have Ms. Jennifer Lansing. She is here, our Family School Partnership Coordinator for special programs. On the agenda for tonight, we are going to talk a little bit about parent leadership. Attendance Awareness Month. I know you guys are super excited to hear more information about Nucleus as well. We're also, I'm not sure if the slides are changing or someone's changing them for me. We're going to talk a little bit about Attendance Awareness Month. We're going to do some learning coach tips. We have one of our fabulous GCA learning coaches that has been here for many, many years provide us with some tips and strategies. And tonight's Parent University topic is helping your student with math. Now, what I do also want to let you know is new to Georgia Cyber Academy, especially since you guys always fill out the clip. So, you know, we had the clip meeting last year. One of the things that you asked for was additional support during these parent meeting, parent university sessions. So I want to bring a special shout out to some additional breakout rooms that we're going to have for you tonight. There will be on top of our parent university K-12 breakout rooms on how to support your student with math. We will also have breakout rooms for our special education department, our instructional support services, as well as our life department. And that is because of you. So when we're sending those surveys out to you, some of them are a little bit long, some of them are a little bit short, but that input makes a difference. It is that input that we received, having that artifact to say our parents really want these opportunities, we are able to do that. So thank you for that. So again, main agenda, the welcome from us. We're your Family School Partnership Coordinators. Those of you may know us in the past, last year, as Family Engagement Coordinators. Our names changed a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about what a Family School Partnership is at Georgia Cyber Academy. Our Fall Community Day, which is coming up on September the 29th. Super excited about that. Attendance Awareness Month, as I mentioned, we have Miss Lauren that's going to be here telling us some fabulous information about Nucleus. We're going to give you some learning coach tips, talk about some parent leadership opportunities, and then we're going to go into our breakout rooms for grades K through 12 for how to support your student with math, as well as something I mentioned earlier, our Parent University breakout rooms for special education, instructional support services, as well as life. So just a couple of quick housekeeping rules. If you're hearing that little ding every time someone types in the chat box or every time someone enters the room and you want to make that little ding stop, all you have to do is find your name up here at the top right in the attendees pane. There's a little cog there. If you click on that cog, you'll see the word notifications. Click on that word and then you can deselect the option to have notifications. Another quick thing, if you lose sound or if the screen freezes and it's only you, it seems to be only you because no one else is saying anything in the chat box, you'll need to refresh your connection. You can click the refresh my connection there, as well as clicking Control R, and that's CTRL, the little key on your keyboard, R, that will also refresh your connection. This is another one that I especially like to make sure that our new families are aware of. Here at Georgia Cyber Academy is the step away button. And your students can use that when they're in class. So if they need to step away for a quick second to run to the restroom or get a drink of water, you can click the step away button. One quick thing about step away, make sure you come back. The screen kind of grays out when you click the step away button, but if you're not paying attention, your teacher will be like, well, where is Johnny? So please make sure that when you come back from your step away session, especially for your students, that they're going back in and they're clicking that button to come back into this live session. Here on our next slide, again, welcome from us. We want to thank you. I mean, sincerely thank you. I talked a little bit a moment ago about how important it is for you to fill out those surveys when we send that information out to you, because they really do make an impact and a difference. And this is just us as our Family School Partnership Coordinators saying to you, thank you for helping us and collaborating with us to build an effective parent-school partnership for continuous improvement of our school. Your feedback means a lot to us. And your family school partnership coordinators themselves. I mentioned all of our names at the beginning. I always like to shout out my peers. I love my team. We all work very well together for your students. We collaborate a lot, and as I mentioned earlier, we have Miss Veronica Opani. She is primary and elementary. She's doing 2 schools. We have Miss Sonia Welch. She is our middle grades family school partnership coordinator. We have an open position for our family school partnership coordinator for our secondary grade, so that's 9 through 12. I am Michelle Gilliard. I mentioned that a moment ago. I am leadership and service. And then, of course, we have Miss Jennifer Lansing. She is our special program. So she handles our gifted. She works with our special education department. She works with a lot of and collaborates with a lot of departments within Georgia Cyber Academy to ensure that our special programs are taken care of. And that is also another one for those of you that have just come to one of our first parent meetings of the year. We didn't have that position last year. We were able to do that because you filled out the survey in the clip, asking for that, wanting someone special for our special program. So that is why Ms. Jennifer Lansing is here. And again, just another way for me to say that your input and your feedback on these surveys do make a difference. So let me talk to you a little bit about what a family school partnership coordinator is and what we does. And if those of you that know me, I don't read slides because you can read the slides. So I'm just going to hit some primary points. We are focused on the whole child. Okay, so we want to identify the needs, we want to select the interventions, we want to plan the implementations, we want to actually implement that plan, and then we want to examine that process. Again, looking at all the things that comes into development of your whole child. The way that we do that is provide parent and student programs like this one, this Parent Meeting, Parent University, student volunteer opportunities, as well as parent. We recognize your value and that we need to communicate as equal partners towards your students' education. We provide your compacts. We'll be having those meetings next month. We'll be talking about the compacts in our parent and family engagement policy. We also make sure we provide resources to all of our families, including our English learner students and our limited English proficiency families. So one of the things you may notice even when getting our newsletters, we've got the little option up there at the top to make sure all of our families know, because we have a very diverse population at Georgia Cyber Academy, how to translate our newsletters in their language, in the language that they are able to read in. So we really do try to strive to make sure we're meeting the needs of all of our families, regardless of where they are within Georgia Cyber. Here, what does a family school partnership look like at GCA? So you guys may have seen this picture before, and the family that took this picture, I hope they're here and I hope they've seen it. I love this picture because engagement, that is what engagement looks like. You've got mom and you've got dad, you've got the students, and they're engaging in this presentation that is being given by our fabulous community partnership team, Ms. Tonette and Ms. Monique Sheffield. Engagement involves more than one person, right? I can talk till I'm blue to the face, but until I'm saying something you want to hear so you can engage back to me, we're not engaging, okay? So that's what engagement is. So as parents, how can you engage and how can you make sure that we're having a good family school partnership at GCA? Advocate for your students and connect them with supports and resources. Well, what is the support and resource? Have them use Sora, which is our virtual online free library. It has audio books for adults and for students to go in and read books. Tutor Me, which is our free online tutoring program, 24/7. Any of you parents that have ever looked into the pricing of tutoring to hear the word free and tutoring with certified tutors, go onto our GCA website, type Tutor Me, you'll find out all how to connect to it. For our students, participate in your school culture activities. We have some great ones coming up next month with the bullying, our anti-bullying campaign, not the bullying campaign. Red Ribbon Week is coming up soon. Our Beta Club will be talking about Founders Day in a couple of months. We have a lot of culture activities that we really want to get your students engaged in. For our teachers, and we have a lot of our fabulous teachers here with us us tonight. Our teachers, they build lasting partnerships and they share specific academic resources. And all of our sports staff address our families' needs by providing support and resources. And I just want to say, you guys have heard it before, aim high, rise up and soar. We are all champions, every single one of us, and we're in this together, and we're looking forward to partnering with you this year. Community Day, it is coming up on September the 29th. Again, this link for the presentation is down in the bottom corner. That blue Community Day line will take you directly to our GCA webpage. We'll answer any questions that you have about Community Day. There's a Q&A on there. The registration link is on there. All the different activities that are going to be available to you are on there. So please take an opportunity prior to Community Day to actually go on, take a look at the website, see what's out there, and decide what you want to do, how you're going to be a champion on Community Day. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Lauren Holmes. I think Miss Lauren is here. There she is. Go ahead, Miss Lauren.
Hello. We are so excited to have you guys here, and I'm excited to be here to talk about Nucleus and just some attendance reminders for you guys. All right, so the very first thing that I want to go over is a big congratulations to all of you who received our Hero Incentive for the month of August. So if you were a student who completed all of your MAP assessments and attended school every single day in August, then you were emailed an attendance certificate with our little hero guy over here. So congratulations to you guys. All right, a few attendance reminders. So I just want you guys to remember that you have 3 days from your student's return from an absence to submit documentation to your attendance specialist to be considered for an excused absence. When emailing your attendance specialist, please include the student ID or at least the student's name if you don't have the ID handy. And then ensure that your students log into Canvas each day and access their classes from Canvas and then Jigsaw. This is how we can make sure that they are receiving credit for all of their classes. Some Nucleus reminders. So if you have not set up your account, please make sure that you do that. If you need assistance with that, you can reach out to your attendance specialist. They can even help get you another link if you no longer have the link to set up your account. In Nucleus, please only upload excuse documentation in the portal, and you will need to email all other concerns. Now, if you don't remember how to upload any of that documentation, that is in the Strong Start course, and it will tell you how to go through all of that. Updates to attendance and or any class cancellations that you see going in for your student, those do take a little bit of time to process in the system. So if a class is canceled for a student, let's say today, it might be until tomorrow until you see that reflected in Nucleus. So don't think that it's not happening. It just takes a little bit of time. Logging hours. So this has been a hot topic. We want to make sure that you guys know that you need to log all additional time needed. So on your dashboard, you will see, I put a little snip here where it says time needed and then however much is there. You want that to be green and to say 0. So on the days that a student may not have class or all of the classes are canceled or during testing weeks like last week for IAs, we want you guys to add your time for your students. So whatever they're doing, just add that time so that they're meeting their minimum hours. All right. Now to talk a little bit about some excused and unexcused absences. These are just some of the ones we see the most often. Our handbook outlines all of the things that you need to know about excused and unexcused absences. But things that are excused are GCA-related therapy that conflicts with classes. So most of our therapists are able to work around these times, and so it's not an issue. But we understand that sometimes that is something that prevents a student from going to their class. So we just have to have the notes from that therapist. Doctor's visits for the student are excused. Some unexcused things, non-GCA related, regularly occurring therapy sessions. So those have to be scheduled outside of a student's live class sessions. Doctor appointments for someone else in the family. We understand that a lot of you guys have siblings, and sometimes one of them has to go to the doctor, but we can only excuse a student for a note that's in their name. Approval needed from the attendance specialist and or other admin. This would be religious holidays. We need 24-hour advance requests for these, and then educational travel. So anything that you're wanting to do and travel with your family that's educational based has to be approved through our team. Some updates to doctor's notes for this year. For 5 or more consecutive absences due to illness or quarantine of the student, we do have to have on there not only the student's name, but that the student is unable to attend virtual sessions from their home. So believe me, I understand it's hard enough to remember to get the note sometimes, and to ask them to add this piece on there as well. I do understand that it's hard to remember that sometimes, especially when you're there for a sick visit, but we do need that piece in order to excuse a student for 5 or more consecutive days. All right, I believe that is all from me, so I'm going to turn it back over, and thank you guys for being here.
Right, Ms. Veronica, please take it from here.
Good evening, everyone. And I hope you guys can hear me. This part is my favorite part, right? We always reach out to our, high-flying learning coaches, our stellar learning coaches that have gotten everything that there is to get about GCA. And we know that we have some of you guys in the room, but we know you guys can, use some more tips in your toolbox. So on behalf of Mrs. The Pearl family, Miss Shalette Pearl, I reached out to her and I asked her, hey, can you give us some, tips for our new learning coaches and in our existing learning coaches? So she was gracious enough to take the much needed time to think in her thinking chair and provide some tips. So I'm not going to read all of this, but I'm just going to sum it up. We asked her to come up with 3 of the most much need to know tips for new learning coaches. So I'm going to go ahead and clear out the feedback. Please give me an emoji if you're a new learning coach here at GCA. I want to see how many new learning coaches are in the room. You've already started. One of the most need to know is coming to parent meetings and doing parent university. That is the need to know for a new learning coach. But other than that, right, I'm seeing it coming through. I mean, I'm just hearing it. I'm hearing it. And again, it just keeps coming in. If you want to turn off the notifications, do what Miss Michelle Gilliard said, which is go into your settings icon and turn those notifications off. I should probably turn them off, but I love hearing it. It's making me excited. Okay, thank you guys. So schedule the positive in your day. One thing that Mrs. Pearl says is schedule the positive. You know, Mrs. Pearl, she's so positive, but scheduling that positive in your day can allow, oops, something happened with our screen. Give me a second. Thank you. Scheduling that positive in your day will make you just show up. She mentioned prayers in the morning, meditation, walking. Do this as a family. Have everybody get up early, walk, schedule some meditation time, prayer time, music and dance, breakfast, eating together. All of that is scheduling you guys to get up and show up for that appointment, which is school, right? Going to class, making sure your students are in class, making sure you're reading all those emails, making sure you're attending everything that your student needs to attend in order to be present for the day. And it is important that you are organized. Of course, you guys see it's a lot, especially the ones that have multiple students. It's important to be organized. Some of my parents take the weekend, that Sunday, and look at all of their students' classes and assignments they have to do and go ahead and plan it out with a board or a planner. So get organized. Canvas is really, really streamlined for a lot of our grade levels. So just get in there and try to get organized for yourself so your student can stay organized. Establish a list of accomplishments and achievements. You know, our students thrive on when they are given a pat on the back. So when you get yourself organized, look at what's going on for a week, establish those goals with your student, have them check it off on a board or their planner, or let them tell you their goals that they are going to accomplish for the week. That way, our students and you as a learning coach feel gratified, right? You feel like you completed a successful week. So establish those goals, achievements, stay positive, and stay organized. Some best practices on continuing to be successful learning coaches. Again, you guys are already starting to be successful by coming to a parent meeting and attending our parent university, which is right after this. So again, checking those emails. Obviously, you check your emails and your phone because you're here, but continue to check those emails. We are sending constant communication to you guys to update you guys, to inform you guys. So please, please, please check your junk, check your spam. We are trying our hardest to be as clear as possible in our communication. So we want to be more proactive in sending you proactive communication. Engage, connect, and commit. I love this because I never thought of it that way, right? Engaging your students and yourself. Getting to know Canvas, getting to know Infinite Campus. It is open 24 hours, Canvas and Infinite Campus. So those times when you are sitting in the bed, probably playing Candy Crush or catching up on some of those Netflix shows, open up that computer and get to know Canvas and Infinite Campus. It's open 24 hours. See where you can go, things that you've discovered. You'd be surprised. Once you engage and discover all of these things in Canvas and Infinite Campus, you're able to engage your students in Canvas and Infinite Campus, Canvas and Infinite Campus. Your students probably know more than you, so swap notes on Canvas and Infinite Campus. Also, make sure that you are connecting with your teachers, connecting with your students. This is probably for a lot of you the first time that you actually get to see your student longer than you do. Obviously COVID has everybody home, but seeing your student, really connect, because you got those live teachers teaching classes. So you're getting a chance to really get to connect with your student. So connect with your student, connect with your teachers, and that relationship building that you are fostering with your teachers, your students will foster as well. Also, commit to holding yourself accountable and your students accountable. Set some goals, like we said earlier, of reading all the emails, making sure we're completing all the assignments that Mrs. Loffridge has put. She's our principal for elementary, but I'm just using her as an example. Just making sure you holding your student accountable, yourself accountable to making sure that they are being successful in completing all of those assignments, attending all of those assessments, and so on. Ask questions, seek to inform yourself, and stay informed. I love that piece. Be involved and stay involved. And join. Obviously, we're going to have clubs coming soon. I know you guys are so excited to get your students in clubs after school. We're going to be sharing that information with you guys in a few weeks, but have your students join clubs, have your students join organizations. We have thriving programs that will be launching soon, so we're super excited. Get them engaged and involved in their school. Some more best practices. Join and volunteer to the GCA PTSO. If you're looking for anything to do, learning coaches, if you have free time, join your GCA PTSO. This organization supports the school, does tons of fundraisers for the school to give back to you and your student. So join. They will be having a membership drive pretty soon. I know they had their first Coach Cafe and their first membership meeting. I think it was last month. So please, 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 Mrs. Gilliard put their their website address in the chat box. Ms. Gilliard, if you can do that for us. join PTSO. I'm going to talk about PTSO later, but Mrs. Pearl put it on her list. Prioritize taking a break. Take a break. Do not think you have to go 24/7 throughout the whole day. Take a break for yourself. Have your students take a break during transition in class. And that break could be a dance break. It could be a coffee break. It could be whatever break, a meditation break, whatever break that you desire. Please take a break for yourself, because being a learning coach is hard work. I know it's hard work. Keeping track, keeping yourself on task and your student, it is hard work, so take a break. Adhere to your own schedule, right? You know your student's schedule, it's in Canvas. Please adhere to your schedule. And guess what? Have learning coach hours. I love this piece. Have learning coach hours from 8 to 3:30. I'm a learning coach. 4 and on, I'm mom, dad, wife, whoever you are as a learning coach. Please protect your time. Let your students know as well. From 8 to 3:30, we're students, or from 8 to whenever you finish your assignments, we are learning coaching students. After that, we're cutting it off and we're being a family. So make sure you protect that time for yourself and give yourself grace, give your student grace. Obviously, we want you all to be successful. We want you all to be happy. We want you to enjoy education. So give yourself grace. You're going to miss something. You're going to miss an assignment. You're going to feel like you broke something. Give yourself grace. Reach out to your teachers. Reach out to your family engagement liaison. I reassure you, you didn't break anything. And I reassure you, if you missed something, we'll be able to help you get up to speed. So give yourself grace. All right. How to excite your student about GCA? Well, GCA is exciting for us because we pour so much. We have so many resources here. You have so many happy people willing to help you. So how do you excite your student? Show that love. Show that love to your student. Give them hugs. If you're not an affectionate person, give them little cute notes. Give them rewards so that they feel excited about doing work. So obviously a reward system, if you have a reward system in your household, please adopt one. There's tons of resources out there for creative ways to reward your students. And obviously make learning fun. Make it a jig. Make it, a song or a rap. We had some talented students that submitted some applications or submitted some video clips for the talent show. And they rapped about GCA and how they're doing so well in school. So make it fun, make it clever. You always have all the resources here at GCA. So your teachers can also provide for you any fun tools. You have applications that are super fun. Mrs. Pearl even make it a Kahoot game, right? If they're studying for a quiz, you can make it a Kahoot game for them, or you can make it a trivia night for them. So there's some fun ways that you can get learning to be fun, where everybody in the family is supporting that student's learning. Obviously, practice, practice, practice. When you're in the car, going up to a doctor's appointment, going on a vacation, or going to community day, go ahead, have your student practice any of those items that they need to study for or they need help on. You could do it together as a family, and obviously get focused. We have breaks, map out breaks also. Put on your calendar and say, come on, guys, we got, 10 more days for that fall break. Go ahead and map out those breaks so your student can stay focused and feel an accomplishment. Okay, and this is kind of tiny, so I am going to widen it a little bit. Again, to continue on how to excite your student, know those areas of reinforcements, those areas of growth that your student needs help in, and just making sure that they know that there are resources. Okay, I got it. Whoever is on the presentation, I got it. Don't move it because it's going to mess up my flow. I'm sorry about that. So yes. In areas where academic support, where they need academic support just make sure you know that they have resources. Mrs. Gilliard said that Tutor Me, they can utilize all of our resources. We have a free tutoring program. So make it exciting for them by letting them know, no matter what, we have a way for us to get where we need to go, and then reward them when they show growth. Students can also, and you guys are knowing now what areas of strength your students have, right? So reward them on those areas, especially for my families that have multiple students, right? You know, the students that love math and the students that love reading. Have them interconnect together. So have them work with each other on math. So that student that loves math, have them be that study partner for your student. And the student that loves ELA, have them be the study partner or the facilitator on that. That way that can give the whole family an accomplishment on making sure everyone is being successful in the household. And again, this last bullet point that I love: listen, support, assist, engage, reinforce, follow through, and follow up. You are your students' learning coaches. You are your students' guide. You are your students' assistant. As much as that sounds funny, you're your student's assistant. You're your student's sounding board. You're your student support. So make sure that you just wear that hat of all of those roles. As well as, you know, we know that you're a family member, whether you're a mother, father, aunt, or grandmother, or grandparent. Just making sure that you wear that additional hat while you're doing school here at GCA. That will help excite your student. And Mrs. Pearl ended it very well. You are a champion and you will soar through GCA. And if you don't feel like you're soaring, reach out to your family engagement liaison, reach out to your teachers. They will get those wings up for you so you can soar, you and your student. So thank you, Mrs. Pearl, for all of your wonderful tips. I hope that was good for our families here. We got about 554 families, so I hope you received that. And again, we have all of these tips of this whole presentation that is in our note board in Jigsaw. So you can click on that link. It will say presentation link, and you can access this presentation on your free time, as well as the attendance link is in the note board. Thank you, Ms. Gilliard, for trying to point it to the note board. So on the bottom right hand, you'll see the note board. It'll say group notes, and you can see the presentation there. So back to PTSO, our favorite organization here at GCA. We are going to be, again, they're going to be hosting some membership drives. It only takes $5 per school term to become a member here at GCA. I know $5 is a long stretch for myself, because you can't even get a piece of candy for $5. So, but like I said, $5 to support your school. You have voting rights. So if they're making any type of fundraiser type of decisions, please, please, please be a member so you can be involved. We have a ton of fundraising programs that the PTSO will be launching. The one popular fundraising program that we have is our Spirit Gear. It's gear for from GCA, having GCA logos on it. So take a look at that. Again, Mrs. Gilliard put their website in the chat box. So get an opportunity after this meeting to take a look at their website and become a member today. So like I said, we have the attendance link in the note board, and Mrs. Gilliard is going to put the attendance link in the chat box. We did close the chat box so that we can put all these links in for you guys. If you have any questions about any of the material that we went over, please, please, please fill out the attendance survey and reach out to your attendance specialist, especially if it's for Nucleus. Reach out to your attendance specialist. If you don't know who your attendance specialist is, please, here is our email addresses on the screen. Email your respective family school partnership coordinators, and we'll get you where you need to go. If you have any questions, again, please email your family school partnership coordinator, and we'll get you where you need to go. Before you guys get released to your breakout room, to your parent university, We want you guys to fill out the survey. And if you have any questions, please email your family school partnership coordinators, and we'll be able to get you guys where you need to go. So the attendance link is in the chat box. All right, we are going to start releasing and opening up the breakout room for parent universities, what you guys have been waiting for. So the topic tonight is how to help, we forgot that L. So how to help your student with math. Math is a popular subject. So you got your school leaders in their breakout rooms ready to share with you guys on some tips and tricks on how to help your student out with math. We also have our special programs department here. We're so excited to have them here. We have our life department for our families that need support with their with life, our special education department, our instructional support services. So they all have breakout rooms. If you don't know who they are and what they're about, please go into their breakout room to see what they are and what they're about. If you have multiple students or you want to, bounce around to different breakout rooms, all the rooms will be recorded. So you will get those recordings the next day. So in case you do have multiple students, just choose the desired room you want to go to. You can feel free to bounce around to different rooms as well. And again, before we do that, this is how, let me use my pointer. If you're on your desktop or you're on your computer, your laptop, you can move yourself. Let me go ahead. Michelle, can you give me a feedback if you've opened up the breakout room? Once the breakout rooms are open, you'll see that red arrow right here. You'll see this little grid line right here that you can click on and move yourself. You don't have to wait on us. Actually, waiting on us is going to take longer than you doing it yourself. So go ahead. Mrs. Gilliard has released the breakout rooms. Go ahead and move yourself if you're on the desktop. So my mobile device families, it is just as easy to move yourself in the mobile device, all right? So I've been saying this because I've actually had opportunities to get into Jigsaw on my mobile device. But if you're on your mobile device and you're looking at the screen, look for this 3-person guy right here. If you can see my pointer up at the top on the screen, if you look for that 3-person guy and click on it, it will get you to see that same icon that looks like that kind of notebook that you can click on, and see all of the different breakout rooms that you would like to go into. Again, it is easier to move yourself than us moving you guys. So go ahead and click on that breakout room icon for my mobile device families. Again, that 3-person guy at the top, you'll see the breakout room. It looks like it looks like a gridded paper, like that notebook paper. Click on that, and that's how you can move yourself into the breakout rooms. I want my host of Parent University, please go into your breakout rooms. Make sure my Parent University host, make sure you go ahead and lock that chat box. I think the chat box may be open and the mics may be open, so you may want to lock the chat box and the mics. Okay, they're saying that there's no breakout room shown. Hopefully we got it all open. Give me a second. And Miss Michelle, can you go ahead and cut off the recording?